¿Qué es lo que mi gente va al canal de YouTube y en ese video más? Bueno, mi gente, en este video vamos a hablar del Community Update que VeVe nos acaba de hacer. Bueno, ya hace un tiempo, esto fue el Community Update de abril. Ya por lo menos podemos ver aquí que regresaron ya de su viaje que tenía David Yu y también siempre se me olvida el nombre bastante del otro. Pero aquí lo tenemos los dos fundadores de VeVe. Pero este video va a ser especialmente para los nuevos y también para los que quieren entender un poco y conocer sobre a lo que dijeron en este Community Update. En alguna cosa voy a decir en español, no voy a estar diciéndola todas. Pero sí, si quieren conocer sobre este proyecto y les interesa, este es el video. Así que vamos a escuchar.
That said, I'm Alex from marketing, and today I'm joined once again by COO and co-founder Dan Crothers.
Dan Brothers, así que se llama. Déjame quitar estos subtítulos.
And CEO co-founder.
Cofundador y
David.
este es
How
el
you guys doing?
co-founder.
We're doing well, thanks. Back in the
Nice.
Y de mercado, David.
Yes.
I mean,
Welcome back. Yes, indeed. Mitch can't
David.
join us today. He's a bit under the weather, so we hope he feels better soon. But we do have an action-packed episode today of the community update for April. Now, you guys were traveling quite a bit, which is why we kind of missed the last 2 months of recorded video format.
Ok, aquí él está hablando él sobre que ellos estaban viajando en el mercado de Asia, China, creo que era más por la parte de y la India que estaban ellos. So, vamos a ver qué nos pueden decir sobre eso, que casi nunca nos dicen a ellos cuando están viajando hasta que pase lo que tenga que pasar.
Community updates with Mitch and Reese. But do you guys just want to give a quick recap on what that trip was about and what you achieved while on the road?
Yeah, thanks, Alex. We apologize that we have missed our fans for the last 2 months in Feb and March. Exciting period.
Wow, ellos estaban hace 2 meses que estaban ellos fuera. Wow. Y algo también que bien que uno siempre chequea, el background, la parte de atrás. Siempre es bueno chequear eso, mira. Esto, como pueden ver, ese drop ya ocurrió el día de hoy. Es bueno siempre chequear su cómic. Miren, este David Yu, creo yo. Parece como un cartoon ahí. Tenemos aquí como Spider-Man. Este ya lo tenemos en VeVe. Wow. Tiene bastante ahora el co-founder. Este es el... siempre se me olvida el nombre. Dan. Algo así creo yo. Miren cómo se ve atrás. Es bueno siempre que chequen esas background.
Obviously, a lot of places we went, and many of you, just before we start this, many of you will know VeVe was born and launched during the COVID period. So, in that period of time,
Está diciendo que VeVe nació fue en el tiempo del COVID. Eso. No sabía yo.
most of our staff, contractors were all working remotely. It was only the first time, we meet with our CTO,
La primera vez que
our
conocen ellos con el
engineer, all
CTO
around
y muchas
throughout the
personas
world.
de que
So part
trabajan
of February,
remotamente.
we went to India, we went to Korea, we're Taipei for some
Fueron a India y a Corea. Y ahí saben que ahí que siempre están todos los
time.
animes.
And
Que no tenemos
basically
anime
up in
todavía. Bueno,
Europe for
tenemos
a weekend
dos ahí
of
que
meeting and then back in here
nadie lo
at
conoce.
the office. So, sum up, breathtaking is the one word. We met some of the most extraordinary engineers, team members throughout the world.
Ellos estaban conociendo ahí más como los ingenieros de ellos que ellos están trabajando. No veo que dice si fueron nuevos o simplemente los viejos que ya hayan trabajado, pero remotamente. Que a mucha gente no le gusta eso, que trabajen con personas de la India, porque ellos están buscando lo más barato y a veces no son los mejores, pero siempre Asia son bien conocidos por eso. Así que a mí en verdad, lo personal, lo veo bien.
It was very important that the company are in touch with, their key employee and the key rollout. So we spend a lot of time going through the
Era
roadmap,
con su empleado.
meet some of the VeVe fans, and in this particular case, I want to do a quick shout out to Akesh. I'm not sure if you guys remember the gentleman who gave us one of these.
Oh, parece que se encontró con Ashley. No sabía que era su nombre, pero sí vi que hizo un video cuando él hizo ese de Mickey Mouse en oro de Steve Willie. Se ve bastante bien. Lo hizo.
Steamboat
Buen
Willie.
trabajo.
He made a special silver edition of a couple beautiful necklaces
Oh, hizo necklace
with the
también.
new VeVe logo on it. So that was
Very
pretty
nice.
Nice, nice.
Handmade or in sterling silver. Just really understanding the culture throughout the Asia as VeVe start to enter into this market. As a lot of our users know, Asia has not been our strongest area.
So, ellos están conociendo el mercado de Asia. Y Asia no tenemos mucho personas de Asia, so, de eso es lo que está hablando él.
And that's where the world's largest population is sitting at. So we want to see.
Yeah, eso es interesante que Asia es la población más grande que hay del mundo entero. Creo que India ahora es la más grande. Antes era China, ahora es India, que se la avanzó.
Also is re-engaging with our partners here. So we visit a lot of studios.
Hoy trabajaron con muchos estudios de sus, tú sabes, que ellos trabajan, pero en Asia, ¿cuáles estudios eran esos?
Music studios, recording studio, gaming studios, really.
Gaming studio, dijeron ellos. Hay que estar activo con VeVe, por eso que yo siempre estoy bien bullish y activo. Hablo de gaming, siempre es bueno escuchar a David Yu. Él siempre se le va mucha cosita y dice, tira siempre su huevito duro ahí.
Understanding some of the partnership and initiative that we could be rolling out with VeVe. Other parts is really understanding, some of the basic foundations, integrating payment gateways, which we'll talk a little bit more later on in these updates coming. So pretty much that's what we've been doing. It's been a long trip, and with the time difference is the only reason why we did not make these videos for February and March.
Bueno, también está hablando de sus excusas de los videos que no hicieron ellos por la razón de la diferencia tipo de tiempo, de horario.
Yeah, so obviously it was quite a minute since you guys were traveling, and I know it seemed like an eternity, the community. So we appreciate your patience while we, tried to hold the fort down between Mitch, myself, and Reese, and any messaging that we could get out there in the form of community updates on the Discord. But just to kind of touch on that, and Dan and David, I'll let you touch on this a little bit. These community updates are our primary means of communication these days, outside of any kind of key information that would hit the blog or special kind of update announcements on our socials and in the Discord. But these videos really will continue to be the primary means of communication for all of things, larger kind of scale roadmap, vision, plan, ecosystem based for all VeVe moving forward. So we understand this frustration in not hearing.
Bueno, no me gusta que dé mucha explicación, en verdad, sobre las frustraciones de la gente, porque hay muchas personas que en el mercado alcista no vendieron y ahora están enojados y hablando cosas que no deberían hablar.
I think generally, really, we just want to stay heads down and getting out all of the features and deliverables that I know you are so looking forward to. But yeah, the community updates will continue to be our primary means of communication. Do you want to take a little bit more on that, Dan, in terms of, I know sentiment's been a little bit down, obviously I know people miss you. I've missed you. But yeah, talk a little bit about, why it's important that, that trip was made to kind of meet with some of the new engineers, and B, what we're doing to kind of work towards getting some of these deliverables out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like Dave said, as we build out our roadmap, which, working with Mitch and the team, we have very, very solid technology roadmap for the next few years. And that
Few
requires, you know,
years.
in order for us to execute that
O sea,
effectively,
con Mitch, que Mitch es el nuevo integrante al grupo ahora que está manejando todo sobre. No puedo estar hoy aquí, pero él están haciendo ya un roadmap de todo lo que va a pasar en los futuros años que vienen, futuros años.
it
So,
requires a
este es
number of different
proyecto,
things. So we really wanted to make sure that
un proyecto grande
with
que
the
no
developers
termina de una
who,
vez.
as Dave mentioned, some of them we have actually never
Seguramente
even met,
fue
even though
Mitch
they've
que le
been with the
dijo que
company
hicieran ese
for,
trip allá para que
you know,
hablara con
3 or
sus
4 years. So it was
empleados,
really good meeting up with
en mi
them, going
opinión.
through the roadmap, getting everyone's buy-in and understanding, you know, on exactly what we're doing. And
El viaje fue para hablar con todos sus empleados, para decirle y explicarle exactamente de qué es lo que ellos están haciendo, de qué cuál es el significado de Vivi, o sea, qué es lo que
I
está
guess, you know, just some of
buscando.
the things that David and I did want to touch on is, uh, you know, we absolutely have your best interests at heart. You know, like, I mean, we are passionate about VeVe. You know, we're passionate about collectibles, and the decisions that we make are always with the VeVe fam
Ven,
in
tienen a
mind.
Goku aquí atrás.
In saying that, I know that there are some of the VeVe fam out there who are frustrated, and you know, we do understand,
El
you know,
Black Mobile,
that you feel
carro
that
de
way.
Blackman.
But from our side, you know, really, we have been focusing a lot on the longer term vision of VeVe and where it's going in the next couple of years.
He escuchado gente aquí que dice que esto es de Mario, pero no sé qué será eso de Mario, dicen ellos.
And this is all part of the product roadmap, tie-in, etc. And in order for us to
Nice.
roll this out effectively, we really need to be focusing on infrastructure internally so we can scale very rapidly, we can roll features out on a more regular basis.
Sí, es algo muy importante que ellos tienen que enfocarse más, dice, ya en la cosa interior, en la aplicación, en todo lo tecnológico, para así la cosa lanzarla más rápido y más eficiente, ya que no lancen, suponiendo el VeVeverse, que es algo que estamos esperando. Yo estoy bien emocionado, por eso compré este setup para poder hacer en vivo en el VeVeverse. Y claro, no quieren ellos lanzar algo que luego se esté dañando a cada rato y
And
se esté
both
frizando.
Mitch, Nesta, and myself have been doing a lot of work on the teams internally to make sure we have that infrastructure
Ya,
in
me gusta
place.
eso, que ellos están trabajando
So
mucho en el
I
equipo.
just wanted to say from my side, you know, I do apologize if you know, if you guys feel that we have underdelivered, missed deadlines. Obviously, that's never our intention. Everything that we have
Nunca es
said
su
is
intención
going to
de
come out.
no
But like I say, it really,
ofrecerlo mejor.
the reason is because we have been investing quite a lot in this team infrastructure, so we can really just start to roll out.
Ellos dicen que ellos están invirtiendo mucho en el grupo. Una manera bien sencilla diciendo que están gastando mucho dinero para que todo pase bien. Eso era algo que mucha gente, creo que mucha gente no lo escuchaba hablando sobre esa parte que dijo ahí, sobre ellos están invirtiendo en su
you know,
equipo.
very rapidly. And then lastly, I just wanted to say, you know, that we are very bullish on the future of digital collectibles.
Yo
I
también
mean,
emocionado.
just collecting in
Los
general has been around
coleccionables.
forever. VeVe is a fun app. You know, we know as you know, we get through
VeVe
this
es muy
current
divertido.
period,
Cierto,
we
bien
speed
divertido.
up on our development side, etc. That you know, the app and the product is going to grow, and the love for digital collectibles is absolutely going to continue to increase out there.
All right, so moving on, let's just get into a few things in
Damn,
terms
ese
of
carro allá atrás.
growth
Ahora
and
que
some
me-
of the team
que veo
updates.
esto aquí.
Dan, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I guess just off the back of what I was saying earlier, I did want to update the VeVe fam just on the growth side of things and what we've been doing internally with
Oh, esto es nuevo. Iba a dar un update de lo que Vivi ha crecido en estos
the team.
últimos tiempos.
So as I mentioned, we've been doing a lot of infrastructure work, and you know, VeVe has, Dave, I think we're 60 plus employees now.
Ahora tienen ellos 60 empleados. Creo yo que la última vez escuché que eran 15. So ahora son
We've been bringing on a lot of
60.
new specialized roles: product managers, product owners, architects, obviously
Architect.
more developers.
Yeah,
Yep.
and so people understand these 40 also does not include all the designers out
Eso es sin incluir los diseñadores que hay
there that
también.
design. This doesn't include the team, the third-party team that's building VeVe First with us.
O eso tampoco, eso no, eso es sin incluir su third party. Eso es una palabra bien importante. O sea, quien está creando el VeVeverse no es el equipo de VeVe, sino un equipo, adicional que ni siquiera son empleados de ellos, sino que ellos le están pagando para que crean el VeVeverse. Mucha gente piensa que es que es el mismo equipo de un metaverso que ya existe.
And
Space.
many hundreds more of artists out there.
Y 100 más
These are
de
the
artistas
development
también.
group
Oh, los
that
artistas y
works
eso
with
no son
the
parte de
VeVe
su
out
equipo.
on little
Es algo muy
users.
importante que todos estos coleccionables que están en VeVe son de artistas. O sea, si son de Marvel, son artistas de Marvel. Si son artistas también que son, ¿cómo se llama esto? Que son como este de aquí. Ellos son los propios artistas. No es que VeVe le dice, ok, dame tu IP, te voy a pagar, y VeVe le paga a su grupo para que lo haga. No, ellos tienen que hacer su propio coleccionable.
System,
So,
yeah.
eso es algo que
Yeah,
bueno siempre tener en
And so,
mente.
you know, as we build out this infrastructure internally, it's very important that we have all of these specific roles lined up. So, you know, as we start to develop features or roll out features, we've got all of the right key people, you know, to make sure that it's all been pushed through. And, you know, one of the other key infrastructure changes we made within the development team in particular is really dividing the team up into very specific groups. For example, groups focusing on commerce, groups focusing on
Okay.
engagement.
Los
groups
grupos lo están
focusing on
dividiendo,
platform,
están dividiendo el
etc.
equipo en grupo
And, you know, we're really pushing,
para
you know, a very
trabajar
strong
mejor.
narrative internally that, you know, if you're in a particular team
Yo pienso que ese
around
Mitch
commerce or engagement,
que ha hecho todo
then
eso.
it's all about product focus objectives, you know, making sure that what we roll out is really what you guys want to see, and it's really kind of hitting the mark there. On the in the marketing side of things, so one of the points I'll touch on is the KYC update. So once that has rolled out, and I'll give you some
KYC update. So, update de KYC es cuando tú para traer la aplicación tienes que poner tu información y muchas personas no pueden hacerlo. So, tú tienes que dar toda tu información personal para poder jugar un poco más rápido.
marketing a lot more effectively. Right now, there is a blockage. You know, when people come into the app, they have to go through KYC. And just, you know, a note on that side of things, you know, we get tens of thousands of users signing up each month, but the percentage that goes through KYC is still fairly small. So,
Sí, hay muchas personas que están tratando de entrar en el KYC, pero no han podido porque se le ha hecho muy difícil. Te digo, un amigo mío que lo ha tratado de entrar, él no está en los Estados Unidos y se le ha hecho muy difícil, bueno, imposible, no lo ha podido hacer más. Hasta tratar, ya no ha tratado más porque no ha podido hacer KYC.
push further down the line, and then we can really start targeting specific fandoms, you know, whether that's Star Wars or specific artists or Disney fans.
Algo muy importante que dice él, que cuando él ya tenga eso en estructura perfecta, que la gente pueda entrar fácil, así van a comenzar ya a hacer más campaña para traer más personas de otros sitios, porque no vale la pena contraer más personas si cuando vayan a entrar a la aplicación no puedan comprar.
Again, is infrastructure, and that goes for the marketing end as well. And those are you know, tools that are going to enable us to be more informed and data-driven with our marketing efforts. Obviously, be prepared to when that KYC gets moved down the user journey, that we're able to more effectively onboard people from those kind of, you know, targeted user segments, be it collectors or fandoms, community groups, etc., or any of the targets that we identify as people who may be interested in digital collecting. So most of what marketing-wise has been happening behind the scenes in all infrastructure base. So you'll start to see the fruits of those labors fairly soon, as soon as we get KYC moved down that user journey and start to bring on people in earnest. Okay, let's move on then to just kind of touch on briefly, you know, as part of the marketing efforts, you saw that we did release the new blog. You know, and maybe, you know, kind of small potatoes to a lot of people out there. For us, it was actually a very big deal because it allows us to kind of, you know, consolidate all of the flow.
No, sí, también lanzaron su propio blog. Antes ellos lanzaron toda la información de la trap en otra página que no eran de ellos, ahora tienen su propia
of SEO
página para
and
eso.
for us to kind of show up in the search more often as people are looking for digital collectibles or Star Wars NFTs or whatever the case is, right? And so I think this is just kind of one step in the process of starting to kind of get the information and really kind of put a foothold as the leader in the space when it comes to digital collecting. But also we wanted to acknowledge, for new users coming on who may still have, we'll say outdated ideas about the environmental impacts of collectibles, digital collectibles and NFTs. This article that we put on around carbon neutrality, around Earth Day, was mainly kind of geared towards a general use audience and people coming to the space for the first
Earth
time.
Day.
I think we took a lot of learnings from the Sesame Street drop in that fandom and how they reacted with some pretty antiquated. That's generally what people have been waiting for.
Vamos a hacer esto para hacerlo un poquito más rápido.
Many of you have gotten email and saw our updates on socials that the deadline for that is April 30th. This video should be out before that time. But just to note, you need to go to the article on the blog, fill out the form before April 30th in order to merge a non-KYC account into a KYC account. All of the collectibles, gems,
Hasta marzo tienen para combinar una aplicación con otra.
Anything else to add on that front, Dan?
No, I think you hit all the main points there.
Okay. Next up is an update on payout. Obviously, we had to pause payout shortly, but we brought it back up for US only. So international users are still on.
Ok, payout solamente para tú sacar el dinero. Si tú quieres entrar a VeVe ahora y vives en otro país, no vas a poder. En los Estados Unidos sí se puede por ahora, pero ellos van a estar haciendo lo mejor para allá.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just to preface this conversation,
Ellos van a estar haciendo ahora lo mejor para ya que tener otra compañía, porque para uno puede hacer KYC, ellos tienen wireless ahora. Me imagino que quieren poner otra diferente que se pueda hacer para ponerte payout y el cripto también.
that they're working on, and in the back.
Not everybody has seen Master Collector program points, ranks and levels.
Ok, vamos a hablar ahora entonces de NCP, que ya ha salido ya un tiempo, eso ya lo sabemos que NCP ya, aquí le puedo decir ya lo que yo sé. NCP ya lo tenemos la mayoría de personas. NCP más OUP. NCP es de los puntos que tú acumulas cuando estás coleccionando tus NFT, tus cómics. OUP es cuando tú tienes tus OMI, que OMI es la criptomoneda de VeVe. Tenemos OMI to NFT. Esto es algo que sí me interesa. Vamos a ver.
The current objectives we're working on. Part of that MCP plus OUP equals loyalty thing is OMI to NFT. Can you talk a little bit about that as well as some other current objectives that we're working on in the background?
Yeah, exactly. So as part of the first part of the OUP side of things is building in the OMI to NFT. Unfortunately,
Ok, sobre el OUP
Mitch is not here, so I don't actually
tiene que
know
ver
much
con
details
el
about this, but I
OMI
know that the
de
priorities,
NFT, que eso es
right now,
algo
you
que
know,
todavía no
we've got
tenemos
just doing
OMI en la
of,
aplicación, eso es algo
so MCP,
que
but
muchas
the
personas que
team's
tienen
already
OMI
started to
están
build and scope on,
bien
on what's coming next in loyalty.
emocionados.
And
Yo
that's
no
two main
tengo
things. On the
OMI,
OUP
so
side is OMI
por
to
ahora.
NFT, which is what's getting underway. And then the second part is the ability to spend your MCP points. Obviously, as we've discussed in the past, you'll be able to use your MCP points to do things like boost your waitlist entries and a whole range of other features which will roll out over time. And I think you guys might remember from DCon last year that we did announce the game Tengoku. So we are.
Oh, sí, eso es otro juego que yo también quiero jugarlo, pero todavía ni el demo lo tengo yo de Tengoku.
That is coming along very well. It's been in beta for quite a while now.
Está en beta, yo no lo he visto.
Hope to have a
Vamos a enseñárselo aquí.
for you guys on that in the coming weeks.
Míralo aquí.
Awesome. Okay. Looking forward to that. So that's Tengoku. And then in addition to those things mentioned, we also have the next iteration of the crafting burning mechanic that we initially rolled out as part
O el
of the
mecanismo de quemar un NFT y también crear uno nuevo. Vamos a ver qué hablan ellos de eso.
It's been great so far. I know
Este es el
I
juego.
think the deadline will have passed by the time this video comes out, but we saw a lot of great activity around people, almost gamifying it to see, which poster was going to come out as the rarest, and uncapping that potion to unlock those beautiful platinum moment posters. Let's talk about, the next iteration of crafting and burning. This is something we've been talking about for quite
La
some time.
nueva
All the way back
creación
from
sobre
UK,
quemadura
late last year,
y creación de
in terms of being
NFT.
able to introduce these functionalities and these mechanics to the
Les
overall
voy a
collecting
enseñar
experience. Can you
algo
talk a
nuevo
little
que
bit
tenemos
about,
para eso. Me imagino que
crafting
ustedes lo
in general,
saben
what we can
ya.
expect as the next iteration from here?
Yeah, so we've been working very hard on building out the crafting functionality. We just see this as a really fun activity to do in the app.
Aquí esto es lo nuevo que viene.
And the ability to merge or burn multiple collectibles to get one rare one.
Todavía no se
Maybe
sabe, no
one
ha
of many.
sacado el
It
artículo
just
sobre
opens up so
cómo
many
que cuál que se va a
opportunities
quemar,
for,
cuál que vamos
you
para el
guys, the
draft.
VeVe fam, and also what we can
Pero
do with
uno de estos va para el
licensable.
draft
And
y
what
otro
we'll
lo
use
vamos a
as
quemar y
a
vamos a
final
ganar
thing.
algo.
So
Y ya
yeah,
tenemos
we
la
do
mano
have
de
some
todo.
very
De
exciting crafting
Thanos,
opportunities,
sin
or I guess
las
collectible drops coming up.
Stone.
And we're really, really excited to just expand more on exactly what you'll get to do with this crafting. I won't say too much more now
Con
because I know we've got some
Stone.
content coming out fairly soon that is going to elaborate a lot more on how it works.
So as we like to say, hashtag soon soon.
Ujú.
All right. So let's move on then to waitlist.
Snap
As
your
of the last
finger.
App update, or I think the update
Finger
before
right.
last, waitlist functionality is now in production within the app. It's just a matter now of
Se
identifying
ve duro
some
eso.
test drops and moving it into kind of a regular scope of how we do drops in parallel with all other types of drops, be it blind box or individual. So,
Ok, los drops
can you
nuevos
talk
que
a little bit
vienen
about,
ya casi
how
están
that works?
listos, que
Yeah,
es de
so
lo de
well done to mention
waitlist,
that
de la
VeVe
lista
waitlist
esta para ir
out.
para los
As
drops,
I
que en
was
verdad no
saying,
me
it's
gusta
actually rolled out into
mucho.
production already.
Pero vamos a ver cómo Vivi lo
We're
hace.
just waiting for the new VeVe 3D logo to be modeled. And once that's done, we'll be doing our first waitlist drop.
Vamos a
Now,
hablar
I think we might have covered this in the past, but yes,
entonces del
For
VeVeverse.
drumroll, the VeVeverse.
VeVeverse.
Now, some people have been using a very small group, and there are still some things to work through. But let's
Oh,
talk.
espérate. Hay un grupo pequeño que ya está utilizando el VeVeverse y yo no sabía eso. Vivi, escúcheme, Vivi, aquí en la comunidad latina necesitamos el VeVeverse. Tírenmelo a mí, busquen V-City, V-I-C, Siri, S-I-R-I. Mándenme el VeVeverse, que necesito eso yo para poder hacerle unos videitos heavy. Send me the VeVeverse to me. I'm going to try. I'm going to talk nice and the truth, you know.
Currently
Let
about
me
where we
know.
are with that initial beta group of invites, very small group, and what we can expect from VeVeverse in the coming.
Que vamos a
weeks.
esperar sobre VeVeverse en el
cool,
próximo
thanks,
mes.
Alex. So yeah, I guess I just want to basically, clear the slate, let everybody know exactly where we're at, and obviously we are tracking a bit behind on this one, and I just want to remind you
Ellos están un poquito
that this is a
tarde
very
con ello
complex
para
project,
lanzarlo.
it's way bigger than the VeVe app in itself.
El VeVeverse es más grande que el VeVe app, que la aplicación de
You
Vivi,
know,
que
it's an
solamente es un
entire metaverse with a
mercado.
lot of security concerns, privacy concerns, all the social tools, etc. So,
Están trabajando
we
mucho
are
ellos
progressing
en
well, and we're
la
working
seguridad.
very, very hard to deliver to the fans.
Está
I mean,
trabajando
I
muy fuerte
use
para
VeVeverse
hacer
almost
delivery.
daily as we're setting up, and it's just sometimes I just get completely lost and absorbed in setting up my room and rather than talking to the developers. So it is very, very fun to use.
Dice ellos que, dice que es bien divertido el VeVeverse, él se mete ahí y hasta se le olvida,
And I do,
se le va las horas y las
also
horas.
from my side, I do
Que eso es lo que
understand
queremos.
that, there probably is some frustration out there about, what the hell is happening with VeVeverse. So I'm going to make sure that I do a better job in communicating, even if things are running slow.
Ok, que ellos dicen que muchas personas también que están un poquito upset o están un poco enojadas, que no saben qué es lo que está pasando, que va a hacer un poquito un mejor trabajo informando de lo que pase.
At least just trying to put some content out on a weekly basis that just says, hey, here's where we're at with this, here's where we're at with that. That's
Yeah. Eso es algo bien importante que si lo queremos, que hagan más contenido hablando sobre VeVeverse, lo que está pasando.
Especially when we've got complex projects and third-party providers, that we do run into development roadblocks or personal roadblocks or whatever. So please, accept my apologies on that and understand that we are working, very hard to get this out. So where are we at in terms of progress? So number one, the whole wallet side of things is all connected. That actually did take a lot longer because of the whole authentication issues between the two platforms. The whole wallet side of things is all connected. That actually did take a lot longer because of the whole authentication issues between the two platforms, etc. But we've managed to resolve all of that now and got, that pipeline kind of set up, which is kind of the first sort of major thing. The other area that is going on in the background right now is the 3D model conversion. So the VeVeverse uses a slightly different format for the 3D models, and each of those models need to be run through a script and processed.
Ok, uno de los problemas que ellos están pasando ahora es sobre los coleccionables que tienen ellos en la aplicación. Cuando lo entran entonces de VeVeverse, tienen un developer algo diferente, tienen ellos que pasar por ese proceso y eso toma tiempo.
And there's, I think we've dropped almost 800 individual collectibles, so there's a lot of assets
800,000
that
coleccionables
need to be converted.
en
And there's a
entrado
whole
ellos.
bunch that are very, very simple, right? Static models, basic animation, that's
Claro.
all fine.
Yo creo que es algo que puede también diferenciar a Vivi de los otros Vivi metaversos, que se vea más no profesional, sino que se vea como perfecto casi, que se vea bonito los coleccionables, que como en el
However, as you guys know,
VeVeverse.
we have a lot of models and collectibles that have interactivity, like the vehicles
No
and
están
any other
teniendo
kind
yo
of look
problemas con
to
los coleccionables que
activate some
tienen
kind of interactivity. So
interiorización,
those need
como
to
los que
have
se
custom strips,
mueven, tienen
rewritten
tiran
for them.
rayos,
And then the last part
o
of it is
el
just that we need to
carro que
review
se
each
mueve.
asset for accuracy to make sure it looks good. So that's a whole process that's going on in the background at the
Okay.
moment.
Cool. So as we talk, I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but I was going to say, I think we have at least some videos that we were going to share of like where,
Okay. Tienen
what
video
Thingiverse
ellos
looks like
sobre
now and some of the things you've been
VeVeverse.
working on.
Enséñame, vamos a
Why
ver
don't we
cómo se
show
ve.
some of those while you talk about the plan to extend to the initial beta users and beyond in the coming quarters?
Okay, enséñame.
Yep, great
Mira
idea.
cómo
Let's
se ve
go.
VeVeverse. Uf. Queremos ver la calidad. Eso es lo que quería decir. Tú sabes, yo no tengo ningún coleccionable de oro. Y viendo yo esto coleccionable, no exactamente este, porque creo que mucha gente lo va a usar este. Pero a veces encuentro uno de oro que me guste. Miren cómo se ve.
So yeah, just some other things that
Wow,
we
parece
are
oro,
working on in the
¿verdad?
background is all of
Oh, miren el avatar
the user
de...
policies, right? So number one,
Mira,
you will be a
me
safe
encantó el
owner
oro,
of
me
your
encantó el oro.
particular VeVe home space.
La
And
puerta
there's a
se
few other user
abre.
policies that
Esto no lo había visto yo antes. Como en el medio de la calle tiene como otro mundo ahí, pequeño. Sabemos que en el VeVeverse solamente va a haber la casa, la VeVe House primero, que va a comenzar. Si yo pudiera hacer una casa, ¿cómo se llama? Algo pequeño así para correr, fuera bien interesante con mi carro, mi DeLorean, ponerlo ahí y hacer carrera. Y podemos hacer algo heavy aquí. Me llegó algo a la
as well. For
mente.
example, you can invite a guest visitor who can come in, look at your VeVe home, but they can't do anything or interact with it. However, you can also invite somebody who is a guest home space, and there's a few other user policies that are
Vamos a
set
ver
up
esto
as well.
acá.
For example, you can invite a guest visitor who can come in,
Ok, está demasiado rápido.
right? So number one, you who can come in, look
Coño, está muy lento esto, espérate.
user policies that are set up as well. For example, you can invite a guest visitor.
Ok, aquí dice reset position. Oh, la posición tuya es esto. Tú puedes caminar, caminar interactuar, caminar en primera persona. Puedes también volar, flash movimiento, no sé qué es eso, top view, verde de arriba, verde de frente, verde de lado. Ok,
Who can come in,
está bueno
look
eso.
at your VeVe home,
Mira
but
una
they can't do
casita,
anything or
está
interact
bueno
with it.
eso.
However, you can also invite somebody who is a guest creator. Say, for example, you know, one of the Voltaholics
Wow,
is super great at
estoy
setting up your
emocionado yo en
interior, but you're not
crear
an interior designer, so you'll
mi
be able to
propia
invite
carrera.
guest creators in to help you kind of set things up, etc. There are a few other important UI updates just to bring things a little bit more in
Oh,
line
mira el motor, yo no tengo ningún
with
motor,
VeVe.
después
These
lo
are all
vendí
things that are
todo.
just going to happen over time.
Y el carro,
Making
el
sure that,
avión
very
me
specific
falta.
features are highlighted. It's very easy for you to find
Se ve
your
bastante
VeVe
bien.
collectibles
El
or
oro, mira
VeVe
cómo
comics.
brilla. Estoy emocionado del oro.
And
Voy a
in
tener
terms
que
of
entrar.
the rollout, so next step is getting the 20 beta testers in. As I say, I apologize that
Lo próximo que va a hacer es mandárselo a 20 personas para que
they aren't in
chequen
yet. I
el
wanted to
VeVeverse.
obviously have them in before now, but
VeVe, mándamela a mí. Send me the VeVeverse.
getting the
I want to be one
all
of the
beta
first
testers in.
to review
Once
the
that works
VeVeverse.
well,
Please,
we'll do 100,
please.
500, 1,000, and then really just roll out exactly as we do with the other features. You know, I think Mitch normally likes to get to sort of 20,000 odd users before we start to roll it out. So in terms of the timeline on that one, again, you know, just to reiterate, we are obviously working as fast as we can on this, but there will be some issues that are going to come up from the beta testing that we're going to need to address.
En la prueba van a haber problemas que van a ocurrir. Eso es algo que es una prueba. So. Mándelo, no importa.
And that may add some extra time. But overall, you know, very excited for the VeVeverse. I hope you guys are liking the video. I think it's you know, it's really coming along well. It's super customizable and just such a massive step up from you know, what we're offering in terms of showrooms at the moment.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait. And I know a lot of people are eager to start getting in there and playing around. I know I am. So let's keep an eye out for any updates in the coming weeks. Okay, so let's see. Coming out of that, what do we want to touch on next? Do we want to go to David and Dan's Collectible Corner, or do you want to talk about Season 5? Let's talk about both.
Let's talk about Season 5, right?
Yeah, Season 5, and then we'll go into Collectible Corner.
Yeah, Season 5 has been, you
Season
know, in my
five.
point of view, has been very different. Obviously, the market and how many variety of product that we're bringing out compared to where we were 12 months ago today. but definitely, our whole idea is to have variety of product out to our community and our users as soon as we can.
Solamente está
Closing up for
hablando
season
el
5,
de
and before we touch on base, is that
sesión
with Gary
5, un
Baseman,
recap
he
de lo
has
que ha
a
pasado
museum
antes.
show down here in Nelson that
Vamos
I
a verlo
believe is closing
coleccionar,
around
Petro
June, so
giveaway,
for all the Kiwis,
announcement. Vamos a
Then
ver eso.
to David and Dan Collectibles
Vamos a ver lo
Collectible Corner.
coleccionable.
Roll the intro.
Vamos a ver lo
Everybody,
coleccionable. Me
hello.
enseñaré lo mío también. Miren este.
Once again, it's been quite
Mío. De Supreme, una bandera de eso. Y también tengo aquí yo Flash. Sé que Vivi no lo vamos a tener porque Vivi no tiene cómic de DC. Está en DC Comic, que tal vez puede ser que lo presenten este. Soy fanático de Flash, so tengo también este otro aquí de Flash. Se ve bastante bien. Tengo bastante cómic, pero esos son los que me gustan. Pero vamos a ver lo más importante.
sometime until we visited David and Dan's Collectible Corner.
David and Dan
And Alex
Collectible Corner.
this time around.
Oh,
I
Alex
do have some
también.
stuff in my background for once. But let's start with
Déjame
Dan,
buscar a
because Dan never
Dan.
likes to
Yo lo
follow
sigo, yo creo que
David.
lo sigo.
So we'll start with you.
I'm actually just going to quickly grab something off the shelf that I've got to get.
All right, I'll go
Claro, que yo lo
first.
sigo.
All right, check it out. This is my
Este
my
es
new
el
acquisition.
7G.
I'm very excited about it. This is my 1000% chrome Pink Panther
Vivi
Bear
fan, why are
Brick.
you
Shout out
most
to 3D
excited to
Retro.
see the Vivi bears?
Is moving to Vegas apparently, so I got a chance to visit the store. No more 3D Retro in Glendale after this summer. So they were having a sale. I got to visit the parking lot sale, and I picked up that bad boy. I'm very excited. And then also my Camille Rose Garcia Voltura Mocapra, as well as, of course, my Todd. And that's it. That's all I have for today. Dan, how about you?
Dan, vamos a
Yes,
ver.
for me, this
A
was
ver
an
si
artist,
podemos
that I
aquí
met at Decon,
ver algo que vaya a
Anaheim
salir en
last
el
year. A guy by the name of
Viverse.
Tracy Tavera.
Digo,
He
en
does
los
these
drop.
really
Y
amazing,
aquí terminamos.
just stylized,
Tú ves, ese no lo tenemos nosotros en Vivi.
like super funky
O sí,
street.
tenemos
I do
la,
have a unfortunately,
la
they're
pequeña
way
nada
up on
más,
the
sí.
shelf above
Pero
that
no
one,
tenemos
so I can't
en
actually
grande,
that
así ese
still, but,
tamaño no lo
I mean,
tenemos.
yeah, I just love
Tenemos
his work, the way he kind
pequeño
of
solamente.
characterizes the, you know,
Pero nada, mi
superheroes that we know
gente,
and
yo
love. It's got a
pensaba
very,
que sí
very,
podíamos ver
yeah,
todo
just kind of
esto,
cool,
pero
unique look to it.
me están llamando
Fantastic.
una persona que viene para acá. Así que este video lo voy a dejar aquí y nos vemos por un video más.